You will probably ask yourself, Beppe, why didn't you start with the usual Ciao Juventini of the world? My name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Well, it is because today I am extremely ashamed, I am extremely shocked by what is happening in the Juve environment. Yes, we are speaking about what happened in the last 2 days. The billboards of Times Square that are used to send messages against or pro an individual. Yes, we will speak about that. You know it on the channel. I have never hide a topic or avoided to speak about the topic that is not nice to speak about. Sometimes I take my time, but I speak about it. And that's why I am extremely happy to be back home. First of all, because I'm next to my family that I love so much. Secondly, also because when I'm home, I'm able to read the papers, watching what is happening online, taking my time, digest it, and also being stronger to prepare the message that I want to share. Because yes, we will speak about what happened in Times Square and the consequences it has on Juventus. And then we'll speak about the situation Paul Pogba and also again Zaccagni, player from Lazio that is again linked to Juve after a few months that we talk about it. And I really want to share my opinion about Zaccagni and not only. So if you didn't yet, please put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because now we start. My intention with this video is absolutely not to attack the against Allegri, the hashtag Allegriout, and also not to attack the pro Allegri, the people that are defending Allegri. Because according to me, people are absolutely free to have an opinion and to express their opinion, pro or against. Just to put in context what happened, 2 days ago, there were two French streamers, especially one that I know personally, I mean PG, that decided to put a big message on Times Square on the billboard, paying a little sum, $40 from what I understood, with if Juventus wants to come back, there is only one way, hashtag Allegriout. Where the day after, Sunday League coach, someone that is speaking always pro-Juve, pro-Allegri, on Twitter decided to answer that message with a picture of Allegri with the 11 trophies that he won at Juve with the messages, Juventus legend, Forza Juve. Now, I'm not here to say who is right and who is wrong. That's absolutely not the point. But what we are now seeing is absolutely not okay. It's absolutely not okay. I will just put one message, a big message. Juventus is not Massimiliano Allegri. Juventus is not Federico Chiesa, Dusan Vlahovic. Juventus is not Paulo Dybala. Juventus is not Alessandro Del Piero. Juventus has never been about an individual. Individuals are important because they are part of Juventus, and all of them, are writing history. Some more pages, some smaller pages, some more important pages of that book, some insignificant pages, but all of them are part of Juventus. Juventus is not an individual, has never been, is not, and will never be. Juventus is an institution, is a way of life, is a club of football, is much more than an individual. People come and people leave. Some people, like Alessandro Del Piero, they said, un cavaliere non lascia la sua signora. A gentleman never leaves his lady. We can't leave Our Lady. We have to defend Our Lady. And I'm not speaking about defending an individual as Max Allegri. I'm speaking about Juventus, the lady, our old lady. What about these messages? These messages have consequences. I understand that we are in a new era, an era where it is easy to go public, to express our opinion. The messages that we are now able with $40 to put on Times Square is something that was impossible 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Impossible. When Juventus back then in time was not doing well, we were expressing it between friends, at the bar, in a coffee, at a restaurant. That's how we communicated, and it was not exposed to the world. And some people were pro. Some people were against a Trapattoni. When Lippi was doing bad, some people were pro, some people were against, but we never saw these messages. With the era of today, it is extremely easy to go viral. And this is what is happening now. We want to express a message and we want to do everything at whatever cost to make it as big as possible. Going in Times Square with a big message. This is what we are thinking now. Pro or against. This is what we feel now. But what we forget is going viral, looking for fame, looking to make the message bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, we start to be the clowns of the situation. This can't be that we are that much ridiculed in the eyes of the world. Especially because these internal wars between pro and against an individual, well, people, the anti-Juve, they are there. They are eating popcorn and they are laughing. They are enjoying the internal destruction of a fan base that is forgetting totally that we love Juventus. All of us, we love Juventus. The pro and the against individual. We all love Juventus. We have different way of expressing this. But if we're starting to do this kind of message, this is absolutely not okay. I think it's totally wrong to go and express an anti-message against Allegri on a billboard, as I am extremely annoyed by the answer of showing a Max Allegri from his first spell with the 11 titles to say Juventus legend Forza Juve. No. The right message, if really we wanted to go out, was Juventus, I love you. Especially yesterday, on the day of San Valentino, the day of the lover, showing the love that we have for our club. If really we want to go public, if you want to expose yourself on the eyes of millions of people, because these posts, they were seen by millions of people, because IFTV reposted it, because Sport Bible reposted it, because all the big accounts are speaking about it. And I don't tolerate, I don't accept that we are put ridiculously by ourselves, by us, by Juventini. This is absolutely not okay. And I understand the joke, the fun, the will to express, to defend the coach or being against the coach, to send a big sign. No, because these kind of things, they will absolutely not change the way of thinking of a management. The management, they will know what they want to do. Or they want to stop with the coach, or they want to continue with the coach. They will not, as never in history, they will not be influenced by these kind of messages. They can be sad, they can be annoyed, they can be happy, but they will never be influenced. So the only thing that we are doing with these messages is actually being ridiculed. And this is absolutely not okay. On the other side, I saw a messages also here in the YouTube channel from Daziano9. Thank you for writing. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. That said, Allegri out, hashtag by Dybalix and Amin PG is scrolling across Times Square screens in New York City. That is how low into the abyss we have gone now, to the point that we were being ridiculed overseas in iconic center of the world. Thank you for your message. Look, I don't agree. This is not because of Juventus. This is because of some individuals, the against, but then also the pro, that decided to take the lead and to expose ourselves in the world. This is it. It is not because of Allegri. It is not because of the management. It is not because of the players. It is because we are in a difficult moment, because we didn't win in 3 games. We are still second with 53 points. Just to put you in context, yes, I agree, we are not playing as well as we want. Yes, I agree, there are not as many progresses in the last few years that we want. I agree on everything you say. Of course, I agree. And I'm extremely annoyed that we were not able to win against Empoli. I'm extremely annoyed that we didn't try against Inter. I'm extremely annoyed of the sterile possession and lack of idea against Udinese. I agree about whatever you want, whatever you write, but no. I put you into context. Juventus is second in the league. In Europe, we are the team that made the 6th most points. Just to put you another thinking context, 52 points are the points made by Milan. And Opta Paolo reported that Milan, they have 52 points after 24 games of Serie A this term, only doing better twice, in 95-96 and 2003-2004. And a third time was also last year. Even better than last year, the year that they won or 2 years ago, when they won the Scudetto. Just to explain you that 53 points are not enough to battle against Inter, are not enough to dream about the Scudetto. We give up, we give it away. the Scudetto, and we don't appreciate it. But anyway, with the team that we have, with the coach that we have, with the way of playing that we have, we are still doing okay. And I'm not here to accept mediocrity because I want more. I am not satisfied with only 53 points if that means that we are at -7, virtually -10 of Inter. I am pissed off. I don't accept. I am not happy. I am not satisfied. But just put it into context. Is this the moment where we still have 14 games to play in Serie A plus a Coppa Italia that we need to win, we must win to go and expose ourselves there on the billboards of the world? I am extremely pissed off. I am not happy. Because the other people, again, I repeat, they are eating popcorn and they are watching the auto-destruction of Juventus. And this is absolutely not okay. You want to send a message against the coach, do it. Not like that. You want to defend the coach, do it, but not like that. The only message, I repeat, that I would have loved to see on San Valentino, on the billboards there, were Juventus, I love you. Juventus, I love you. Juventus, I love you. And that doesn't mean that you can't criticize the coach and that you can't wait for him to be sacked or dismiss himself. That doesn't mean that you can appreciate the ideas or the person Max Allegri. But the most important thing, and keep it in mind, is as Alessandro Del Piero said, and I'm looking there because I have the poster with that message, un cavaliere non lascia mai la sua signora. We don't leave our Juventus, our beautiful lady, and we don't expose our beautiful lady in a way or in another, becoming the crowns of the world. This is what I wanted to say about that. Now, we continue with other messages. Samardzic, he convinced the Allianz Stadium. I don't believe that we needed Juventus Udinese to be convinced about Samardzic, but Samardzic is still a target of Juventus for next season. Important player, really great player for the way that he's playing, for his fantastic, beautiful left foot, but also for the way that he's able to sacrifice himself. A lot of things that they are required to play at Juventus. Then, is he an immediate starter? According to me, he needs to find consistency in an entire season to really say, I am the one for Juventus, but it's a beautiful target that once again was important for Juventus. And Juventus is looking not only to reinforce their midfield because we are lacking at the moment quantity, so players, but also we are lacking fantasy. We are lacking offensive powers. We are lacking goals because last year at this time we had 18 goals coming from the midfield, while this season we have only 10 goals coming from the midfield. Something needs to do better. McKennie, 0 goals. Locatelli, 1 goal. Rabiot, I believe 3, if I'm not wrong, is not enough. We need to score more with our midfielders. Not only our strikers needs to be blamed and finger pointed at, but also our midfield need to do much better. Of course, it would have been much easier with Paul Pogba in the team, but Paul Pogba is not there. What about Paul Pogba? Well, Rafaela Pimenta, the agent, spoke this morning while she said, Pogba, if tomorrow is low to play, he's ready to play. He never gave up. He's ready for whatever situation. He continued to train physically, but also mentally to be actually, if the situation is overturned, that we'll see the judgment in the late February, well, he could possibly be ready. I already asked him, do we give up? Do we do something else? And he said no, because I want to continue to train, because I have something to finish that I started. Well, great words from Paul Pogba, not giving up the fino alla fine. Then do I still believe in Paul Pogba? It's tough to believe in a overruling of the situation at the moment. I prefer at the moment to park it because I don't want to create hopes for myself or for the boy. Let's see what will happen there. I'm happy that he's continuing to train. Then we will see with or without Pogba. But the thing is that at the moment, as we speak, Paul Pogba is not there. So we have to find a way to go out of that mini cycle of negativity, tornado of 3 games without a win, with only 1 point out of 9. And what were the words in training session of Maxim Allegri? Was pride and motivations. These are the words that he said to the team. I believe that he needed to anticipate it even more before the game against Udinese, but now we have to go back. And hopefully the message that he sent, because I'm sure that the message that he's sending is the correct message, but now I hope that his message was even stronger and that the players were open to hear it, understand it, and show it on the field. That's what really, 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 really matters. Now, we have to pay attention. I told you, Inter is there and the dream is nearly gone. But also paying attention in the back, because Milan is there at -1, but also the other ones are doing well. Atalanta is in the form, the peak of their season. But also Bologna, after a difficult moment, are back. Yesterday they have beaten Fiorentina 2-0 with a really beautiful way of playing. They are at the moment equal to Atalanta with 42 points. -11 of Juve. Atalanta has one game to play, but Bologna, they really believe in entering the top 4 and they will do whatever it costs to enter it. Yesterday I saw a bit of Lazio that won against Bayern Munich against all odds. Congratulations for them. Why am I speaking briefly about Lazio? It is because Juventus is interested in a Lazio player, that is Zaccagni. It's not a news, it's not something that is coming out of nowhere. We already spoke on the channel about Zaccagni to Juventus. Well, Zaccagni, he was, after a fantastic season of last year with Lazio, waiting for an extension with Lazio, also publicly admitted and said by President Lotito of Lazio that his salary would have seen an increase with an extension. That extension at the moment didn't arrive, so he's waiting for it. But on the other side, he also open for going to another club, a club that will probably participate, if we win at least 6 games, will play Champions League next season, Juventus, while Lazio will not play Champions League next season. He's really attracted to. And what do I think about Zaccagni? I really believe it's a good player. I really, back then, said Zaccagni is a player that I really would love to see at Juventus. Of course, it's a player that is playing on the left side of the field. At the moment, we have a Kenan Yildiz, we have a Federico Chiesa, we have a Niling Jr., we have too many options on the left. So I don't know what can happen there. We already spoke about Federico Chiesa. Of course, Juventus wants to try to not be unprepared if Chiesa decides to leave Juve, if Juve decides to let Chiesa go. But then I believe that we are too much there on the left. It does that mean that Niling Jr. and Kostic, they will all go? I'm all in for Zaccagni. If it means that we go for Zaccagni and Felipe Anderson, and I told you that I was not against Felipe Anderson, according to me, no. Stop. Hey, you can't go and for Felipe Anderson and for Zaccagni, a 30 years old and a 8 years old, that are coming both from a Lazio that yesterday did fantastically well against Bayern Munich, but a team Lazio that, with all the respect, they are below Juve. These are not the reinforcement that I want. One of them, absolutely yes, that it's Felipe Anderson or Zaccagni if some people are leaving on the left side. Why not? But not both of them. That's according to me, that would be according to me a bit too much. So let me know what you think about that one. We spoke about Pogba, we spoke about everything actually. The video is done. Big rant in the beginning. Again, I'm not against the Allegriout people. I am not against the people that are defending Allegri, but I think that we need now to take a step away, a step aside, and now thinking for the common good of Juventus. Internally, that's how I always have been educated at home, but also in my professional life. Internally, you discuss. Internally, you fight. Internally, you can even insult yourself. But in the eyes of the outside world, you need to have class. You need to have class that is also in the DNA of Juventus, lo stile Juve, that at the moment we are absolutely not respecting. And I'm pissed off with that. Grazie, forza, Juve.